back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this.
This is Mike. Mike likes to do things the easy way. Recently, Mike read that My Account, the Canada Revenue Agency's secure portal, lets Canadians across the country view and manage their tax and benefit affairs quickly, conveniently, and securely, all online. Mike thinks this seems like a good idea. So, he found a quiet spot on his lunch break and engaged the power of technology to help him manage his tax and benefit information. With a few clicks of his mouse and a few strokes of his keyboard, Mike began registering for My Account. Mike started at the My Account webpage at canada.ca/my-CRA-account. Mike has the option of choosing from two ways to register for My Account. He can register and create a CRA user ID and password, or he can log in using a sign-in partner. Mike uses online banking on a regular basis, so he chooses to use the sign-in partner option. He logs in with the information that he already uses with his bank, making his experience that much easier. After entering a few details to ensure his privacy is protected, like his social insurance number, date of birth, current postal code, and an amount from his last tax return, Mike has instant, secure access to some of his tax and benefit information, like the status of his tax return and a summary of his notice of assessment. He can also sign up for online mail. Within a week or two, Mike will receive a letter in the mail from the CRA with his CRA security code. Mike can also call the CRA to get his code earlier. Once Mike enters this code, he will have full access to even more information through My Account, including details about his tax returns and benefits. Now, Mike can do everything from updating his address, to checking on the status of his refund, to printing proof of income, to setting up direct deposit, and much more. He can also log in and check some of his information on the go using the My CRA web app. Now that's easy. If Mike used his security code to fully register for My Account, he can also use the CRA's autofill My Return service when he files online using certified software that includes that feature. Autofill My Return automatically fills in certain parts of his income tax and benefit return. What could be easier? But Mike thinks the best thing about My Account is that he can access the information he needs anytime, anywhere. Perfect for someone with such a busy life. Make your life easier and be like Mike. Sign up for My Account. You'll have access to the CRA's full suite of self-service options and see firsthand how the CRA is delivering on its commitment to client-focused service. Find out more at canada.ca/my-CRA-account.
And there you have it. How to register for your CRA account. You'd be surprised how many taxpayers in Canada do not have access to their account.
I know I didn't for a long time until I connected with Rob.
Well, it's one of the things that we're able to assist with. One of the big setbacks on that is if you don't have your past year's assessment, they ask for line numbers off of those. If you don't have that and you're trying to log in to get that, it's kind of a catch-22. It's kind of like looking outside the house for your keys because there's a light outside, but it's dark inside the house. And somebody comes by to help you and they say, well, what are you looking for? I say, they're looking for my keys. They say, where did you drop them? So I dropped them inside the house. Well, why are you looking outside? Because there's no light inside. Kind of silly.
That's definitely a good reference.
Any idea what week we're on here on our weekly webinar series for our affiliate program?
I'm going to go with 28, and it's not because we cheated right before this and looked.
That's awesome. You already knew that. Yeah, we took a sneak peek, and we were talking about some stuff that we're going to bring up today. So the agenda for today, we do not have a special guest, only our extra special co-host, Jesse. So we're going to try and keep people entertained here for about the next 25 minutes. And then we can, give some of our viewers some homework. And if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that like button and the subscribe button. Any buttons around the YouTube channel here, just start clicking and start typing. Comments are good, especially if you're with another financial service, mortgage broker, insurance agent, other tax preparers. Interaction is good. So if you're watching on the YouTube channel, put some comments, give us your feedback. If you have tips or you'd like to suggest a guest to come on one of the webinars, by all means, just reach out to us. And there is a chat area on the right-hand side. We do have a moderator. Moderator says, good morning. So if you're watching here live, just interact with the moderator if you have questions, and we can try and get them answered towards the end of the webinar. Okay, so the agenda, again, we don't have a special guest, so we're just going to have our usual tax tips, tax joke, and Jesse's going to surprise us with a little bit of marketing stuff here. So if you're watching and you're in the financial services industry, if you're another accountant, mortgage broker, insurance agent, competition is good. Interaction is good online. That's what drives social media. And Jesse's going to have a few tips for you, maybe two. Right, if our viewers are lucky, Jess?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. So we are on week 28. Somebody is paying attention. So a little bit about us, Mr. Taxes. We came up with the concept of the Dollar Tax Club because we believe Canadians are paying too much tax. A lot of people are chasing the shiny object and focusing on investments. Anywhere right now between 8 to 12% is an average rate when the markets are coming back. But why not save 35 to 50% on your income tax bill? Would that not be a better return on your money? Instead of trying to make 10%, stop giving half of it away. So we've been doing this since 1984, filing tax, got more into the financial planning. After 2010, we at one point had 42 offices with 350 plus people helping us process tax returns. We sold out and relaunched in 2018, and we are now franchising, members of the Canadian Franchise Association. And that's about it for us, Jess. Jesse's got a long list to go through here, so.
I'll try and keep it quick. I started my online business in 2016 just purely out of the fact that I was just looking for some way out of the oil and gas industry, looking to spend more time with my family. So I started my business in 2016. Hired a couple coaches. They showed me what to do, what not to do, and things just really honestly took off from there. I was able to claim #1 spot in sales for 3 different global companies over my time so far. I plan on doing a couple more before I call it quits. I've trained and coached and done a lot of consulting, helped build a lot of different systems and softwares and just put things together, make life easier for people. One of my specialties is helping automate different processes and whatnot, which is how I ended up working with Rob and Mr. Taxes, because they were looking to optimize their Dollar Tax Club. So I came on board with that and started working on the back end of that. And then through some other conversations, I learned that they have Mr. Insurance division. I actually have my life insurance licenses as well for most of Western Canada. And so we've been working on that as well. And I've been heading up the Alberta division for that, which is super exciting as well. And, I could go on, but I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, we could both go on and on and on and on. Are you able to name any of the 3 companies, Jesse, you work with? And we'll dive a little bit into possibly how you became #1. I reached #1. I have it documented with World Financial Group when my license was with them 5 years ago. Hit #1 associate in North America. I guess that's worldwide. They're only in 3 countries. So I hit #1, I guess, worldwide in the company. And it took a lot of effort. I know how much effort we put into that. It was an hour on the phone every day with phone calls. But what are pick one, maybe one that you don't mind giving some kudos to, and give us some insight how you hit those sales goals.
The first one I ever did was called Enagic. It's a company that they produce water ionizing machines, and that was the first company I ever started working with when I started learning affiliate marketing. They ran a contest. I think it was in August or something of 2017, I think. And I think I have the award right there, actually. Global contest winner. Yeah, one sec. I'll grab it. So this one right here. Global contest winner, June 1st to June 30th, 2017. That's one of my companies, Freedom Tracks 25. So that was pretty cool. Being able to hit number one and claim a little bonus there. The bonus was just a bonus. It was mostly bragging rights that I was after. Not gonna lie. And obviously there's a lot of commissions that come with hitting number one spot in a global company as well. But it was definitely a lot of hustle. It took a lot of work. It wasn't just that month. You're talking about months and months of build up to that moment and momentum, and just making sure that the momentum keeps on going and you don't slip off. And yeah, it was just a ton of work. I remember just literally being in my basement at the time. It was a different house, but I was just pacing around my office on the phone almost, probably 18 hours a day. But I had that goal of hitting that. And I was actually competing for that spot with my mentor, the guy who kind of taught me what I was doing. Him and I were both in the lead, and we were bouncing back and forth for first place. And we were both just watching that leaderboard, just waiting for that month to end. And finally, at the last minute, I ended up pulling into the first spot. And that was pretty cool because I was able to say I beat my mentor.
So goals play a big part of it. I know we have some listeners on today, other accountants, but you have to set your goals. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? And, putting your goals in writing, putting it out there to the universe brings other people on board. And if you can get some momentum going and get some people behind you, if it's referrals coming from your colleagues, if they don't know what you're looking for, how are they going to help you? So it's a matter of setting goals. One of our goals for the Dollar Tax Club was having 1,000 affiliates by the end of 2022. And we're at about, I believe, 150. So we got to get ourselves moving here. But, I'm putting it out there. If you're somebody in the industry and you're looking to get referral commissions from tax referrals, if you're a mortgage broker, insurance advisor, we can show you how to get set up to do that. And that's a pretty good way of marketing yourself through a third party to get leads. And if you watch some of our other videos, they're in the replay links below if you're watching here on YouTube, but they are on our YouTube channel. Go back and look at some of our other affiliates that have come on and see what kind of marketing we do for them. So we do include marketing material for all of our affiliates. What are some of the mechanical things you did there with Enagic, Jesse, to get out there to be able to get sales? Some of the social media channels and what you did on those.
Well, what most people don't look at when something like that happens is what was the series of events that had to take place in order to accomplish that goal, right? One of the things that I remember one of my mentors saying when I first got into the industry, I sat down with him and he just finished doing like a $250,000 month or something. It was, to me at the time, it was just absolutely mind blowing. I was like, how is that even possible? And I just sat down with him one day. We were at an event, and we were eating lunch or dinner, I remember. And I just asked him, I was like, so how is it possible to even do $250,000 in a month? And he set his fork down and set his knife down and got all serious with me. And he's like, it's just math. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's just math. And he said, it's just simple math. what people didn't realize about that $250,000 month is that he had spent $70,000 or $80,000 that month on marketing. So he basically, this is when it just, a light bulb went off for me. And he said, when you get enough data and you understand your marketing system enough, and you start to realize that every dollar you put into marketing is producing you a return of, let's say $2 or $3. And everyone will be different, and you can always make it better with improving and testing and different things. But this is where the professionals, hiring a professional comes in. If you don't want to learn it, hire a professional, because they will do this for you. But essentially, if you put $1 in and you're making $2 back, that's an ATM that you would just keep shoving money into, right? I would go take a massive loan out, shove as much money into that as I possibly could, because I know that I'm going to get twice as much back, right? And then you just keep doing that and growing it and growing it. And so that's literally his answer. He was like, I just knew that if I wanted to hit $250,000 based on my metrics and based on the data that I had to spend, let's say $80,000 on marketing. You're muted, Rob.
That's my life story. We had Dr. K on last week talking about his profit finder, and tune into that webinar, go back and watch it on the replay. That's a lot of information that accountants can produce as well. As long as we have the information coming in, we can produce that needed information going out. When you're looking at your metrics, how much are you putting into marketing? If you put an extra $1,000 into marketing one month and your sales doubled, just like Jesse said, why wouldn't you put $2,000 in next month? And if it quadruples next month, then you keep doubling down on your marketing until it starts to change, until you find a drop. But that's about keeping an eye on the metrics. And we've started our own Facebook marketing campaign. You may have seen some of the Dollar Tax Club or Mr. Tax's ads going out on Facebook. We're keeping an eye on that, and we'll let viewers know how it's going. Jesse's working behind the scenes, and our ultimate goal is insurance leads. We're financial planners. We're both licensed across Western Canada, some of the Eastern provinces with our company and our affiliate insurance teams. But our main business is accounting, taxes, financial planning is our side hustle. And insurance, we don't sell insurance for the sake of selling insurance. The number one reason or number one goal for us is to reduce income tax, and we use insurance as a tool to do that. So if you're watching this on the replay or live here, or you're an accountant looking to help your clients save tax, reach out to us. We'll show you a couple different strategies. If you like what you see, then we'll dive in a little deeper. And speaking of insurance, nobody's perfect, but if they're insured, you don't need to be perfect. You don't have to look both ways before you cross the street every time. I guess if you're adequately insured, you're not worried about leaving your loved ones behind with nothing to survive on. So like we say, at Mr. Insurance, Jesse's available here in Western Canada. If it's in BC, reach out to our office. We'll have somebody give you a hand. So side hustle for your side hustle. If you're an accountant and you're referring insurance work out to insurance advisors, are you getting paid for it? If you're an insurance advisor or mortgage broker and you're referring work to an accountant, are you getting paid for it? If you're not, then you need to look at our affiliate program. And again, watch the replays. If you don't get enough information here, you're looking for more, just reach out to us. We'll tell you what it's all about. Simple to sign up. The link is there on the QR code, but also a URL link below. Signing up for our affiliate program allows you to refer friends, family, clients if you're in the industry, and get paid for it. What's the first year commission rate on the referrals, Jesse? 20%?
20%.
That's something we should both know. I was going out on a limb. I knew it was 20. Just like you knew it was week 28. There's no secret there. So what's in our affiliate program for you as a client? If you're watching on the replay and you're looking to sign up as a client, what's in it for brokers or referral partners? And then what's in it for us? Pretty simple. What's in it for clients? I'll let you talk about this one, Jess, because that's how we met.
Yeah, this is my favorite one, honestly, is helping the clients out. The complimentary 10-year tax review. I mean, how can you beat getting money back from the government that you didn't even know that you were entitled to? Doesn't get any better than that. So that's number one, in my opinion. Discount on services. Obviously, the accounting and getting your taxes done every year is something that people should do. They don't always do it, but they should do it. So why not get a discount on it, right? And then fast tracking your tax documents. There's been many times in my personal life where I've needed one of my previous notice of assessments or line number, blah, 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 off of, whatever year tax return. And like me being me, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a tax guy necessarily. I don't know where to find that stuff. But when I need it in a hurry, I've always had somebody that I could rely on to get it for me. So fast tracking your documents and just making sure that, you have access to that when you need it, it's priceless.
If anybody's ever been locked out of their CRA account, they can appreciate the pain of trying to reset your account. If you're a mortgage broker trying to get those documents for your clients, you can appreciate the pain as well. Especially when it's 3 days before the mortgage is due or the mortgage is closing, and client still hasn't contacted you because they're frantically trying to log into their CRA site or waiting for that access code in the mail. Checking that mailbox every morning. Simple, just reach out to us for $1. Join the Dollar Tax Club. If you're somebody looking to get tax documents or a review on your return, it's only $1. It's 100 cents.
Yeah, this is something kind of like insurance in my mind. It's like you don't really care about it until you need it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, my wife and I, we never had access to our CRA account. It wasn't even a top priority at all in our life until I met Rob. But there was a time, I can't remember why I needed in my CRA account. It was something that we were doing. And anyways, I went to log in. And I was like, I don't remember the password. I don't remember how to get into this thing. So I ended up setting up a new account, and I needed something like pretty urgently out of there. But then I had to wait the 10 days for the code. And I was like, I don't know if anyone out there is like me, I just hate waiting. Like, I don't even like to order things off of Amazon with 1-day shipping. I would rather just go to Walmart or Costco or a superstore and grab it because I need it today. That's just kind of the kind of person I am. But now I have access and I can log in whenever I want, and I keep that locked up here. How to do that?
Yeah, and we, as a third-party accessor or with a Rep ID account, we're able to log in and get documents for clients. As long as they sign an authorization for us and they do become our client, then we're able to assist with that information. So what's in it for mortgage brokers? Well, referral commission is number one. How many referrals have you given out not get paid? How many times have you told somebody about a great movie you saw? They went out and watched it, and Cineplex or Landmark didn't give you kudos for it.
Too many times.
What about that great restaurant? You had a great meal, told somebody about it, they went to the restaurant. Did you get paid?
Nope.
Not even a doggy bag.
Not even.
Not even a dog. So signing up is easy. Jesse set up the back end referral commission portal. We use a software called Kartra. You can watch one of the previous webinars to find out more about it. We do give you a sneak preview from week to week. And our social media website exposure and posts, those are done by our internal marketing team. We have 2 full-time marketers on board, Alicia and Matthew. Alicia's on as a moderator today. It could be Matthew using her account, maybe both. But they set up social media marketing for you, which embeds a QR code and a link so that when you post this information on social media, somebody clicks on it, we know it came from you. Those clients will be referred to you, whether it's insurance, mortgage client, investment client, etc. And we are an accounting firm, but we track that internally, who the referral came from, and those clients get referred back out to you, as well as a 20% referral commission on first year payments and 5% referral commission for life. So 5% of lifetime revenue from that client. and discounted services. Our mortgage brokers that are on board with us as affiliates get a 40% discount on their tax return every year from our stated price. And that 40% is going to continue from year to year to year. Our prices do go up because of inflation, but you're locked into that 40% savings as a affiliate partner, especially as a mortgage broker. What's in it for us? Well, what's in it for us, Jess?
Well,
Why
I mean,
do we
the
do
obvious
this?
one is new clients. That's the big one, the obvious one. But the other thing is just helping other people minimize their taxes, helping people get exposure to different brands, and just building a network and connecting with more and more people.
That's how we grow as a business. It gets competitive actually in here in the office when somebody, new tax reviews come in daily, new clients coming on board, to take a look back at the last 10 years of their returns to see if there's any money we can get back. It has become addictive in the office for the staff trying to find money for clients, because we set up internal competitions here in the office, and then we review all the files with the team to see if there's any more orange or juice we can squeeze out of the orange. And then, we'll reach back to the client, let them know exactly what we found. If they're interested in refiling, we outline all the pros and cons, and then we hit the button. Biggest refund we've had to date is over 90,000. That was over a 3-year period. It was just north of 92,000, I think, over a 3-year period. So about 31,000 per year. Big income for that client, paying a lot of tax. They were in the 6-figure bracket, multiple 6 figures, but they were paying excess of $30,000 a year too much in tax. And we were only able to get that going back 3 years because it was 3 years prior that they had become part of a national fitness chain and started filing corporate returns and as a director of a corporation. So that was some of the money that we found for them. It was accounted for about 80% of it. The rest was done through splitting income with their spouse. So those are some of the things we do on the tax reviews. If you're looking for a tax review, just reach out, DOLLARTAXCLUB.ca. Click on one of the links. You'll see links below here if you're watching on YouTube. Where is it, in the comments section below, Jess?
Yeah,
you'll have a link there for Jesse, a link there for Mr. Taxes, and also to join the Dollar Tax Club. Register now. I think that's what they call a call to action. It's something you need on your website.
that is a call to action. That's another marketing tip right there is if you're not telling your customers or your clients what the next steps are, then you're losing out.
And this is a unique landing page we set up for mortgage brokers. So if you're a mortgage broker and you want to sign up, have the experience a little more customized to you as a broker, then take this link down. Again, I think Alicia's going to put it in the comments section. And if you're a broker watching in on the replay, it'll be in the links below. Sign up. Give us a call. If you're worried about signing up as an affiliate, there is no cost. It's like Facebook says, there'll never be a cost for using the affiliate program. So insurance, as a business owner, you can use CI or critical illness insurance to pull earnings out of your corporation tax-free. So if you want to learn more about this as a business owner, just set up a free call. askmrtaxes.ca. Simple link. Give us a call, 1-800-MR-TAXES, 604-MR-TAXES. Jesse at mrinsurance.ca. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. If you want to keep paying more and more tax, then by all means, don't pick up the phone. Don't give us a call. How about some marketing tips, Jess?
Marketing tip number one.
Anything to share on the screen?
I don't have anything prepared, but a few things popped into my mind that I can chat about. Number one is, like we mentioned 2 seconds ago, make sure you have call to action on everything that you do. Make sure you're telling your viewers, your audience, what the next steps are, because if you're not, then they're just at the end of your content, at the end of your webinar, at the end of your, whatever, they're just going to think to themselves, well, that was cool, but I don't know what to do next. So just move on, right? So definitely always tell people what the next steps are. No, tip number 2 is if you don't have a lot of money to grow your business, then you're going to need to put in a lot of time. It takes either time or money to grow a business and to do marketing and to, do pretty much everything. with money, you can hire other people, outsource, and build or buy different softwares to automate different things, and which is amazing. But if you don't have a ton of extra cash, then you just have to be okay with the fact that it's going to take a lot of time. And, just put in the time now so that eventually you have the money that you can invest in, and then start to take your time back. That's essentially how everyone does it, I think. Anyways, I don't know of anyone who was able to do it differently. Me personally, when I first started, like I shared at the beginning of this, there was a time where I just invested, 18 hours a day on the phone, doing sales calls, running my ads, building content, doing all of the things to attract new leads. And when those leads came in, I had to fulfill. I had to jump on the phone. I had to jump on Zoom meetings. I had to, do all of those things, fill out the paperwork. I didn't have anyone to help me do that. It did eventually get to a point where I had a team of, 7 people. That was kind of the top, but I had 7 people that were managing pretty much everything, because at that point I had more money and I was able to take a step back and remove myself from certain aspects of the business, which was super nice. However, there's a whole story there that I won't get into, but it was really nice because I was able to take a step back and start living my life and still have a good income coming in. So tip number 2 would be just put in the hustle now. If you don't have the extra funds or, the extra marketing budget, put in the time, get to work and build content, stay in front of your audience. That's number 1. Stay in front of your audience with calls to action. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like a greasy salesperson or anything. Just stay in front of that audience with calls to action, because eventually people might not be looking to buy a house right this second, but a year from now, if you're consistent, maybe those people are looking to buy a house, right? And if you're consistently on their news feed, in their face, who do you think they're going to reach out to when that time comes? It's going to be simple. They're going to be like, oh, I remember just always seeing, Bob posting about how he helps people get mortgages. So they're going to reach out to you, right? So those would be my tips for today, is just remain consistent. If you don't have the cash to put in and invest and grow this thing, then put in the work, put in the time. And if you do have the cash, find people who specialize in different areas, like, Facebook ads and Instagram ads and TikTok ads and YouTube ads. Like, there's so many different avenues that you can go now. If you have a little bit, and it doesn't take a ton of cash to do it, but if you have some money, find someone who's really good at that, hire them, and they will help you scale. And if you find the right people, then it's not going to be a waste of money. Sorry, Rob, you're muted.
Muted again. Somebody doesn't want us to talk. Cell phones are an easy way now. I remember we were at an event in Seattle, and Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank fame, he was the first shark recruited to be on the show. Kevin Harrington of As Seen on TV fame, and he was talking about when he did his first infomercials on TV. He started building a studio, started with 1 camera. He ended up having a 10,000 square foot studio with 20 cameras, sound rooms, etc. And he said what put his infomercial company almost into receivership, and he held up his phone, he said, were these things. He said the quality on cameras now and the video you can get, you don't have to go big. You don't need a movie camera. You don't need a green wall or green screen. Just shoot video on your content, post it. It's absolutely free. You're probably watching this right now on your phone, and apparently that's where over 50% of business is done now, through cell phone on social media. So just cut out some, carve out 10, for example, tax tips. That's what we do. We have content going out every day. We created a list of 50 tax tips, and those just keep getting repurposed. Start with a list of 10, start with 1 social media channel and get going on it. If you're interested in more info on, how to get started, reach out to Jesse. Set up a, no obligation call to Jesse. And if you're in business, Jesse will give you information on the social media or marketing, but he'll also give you, some advice on the tax saving strategies that you can use, encompassing insurance. by incorporating a life insurance policy into your corporation can save you possibly all of your personal income tax over the lifetime of ownership. So it's something worth talking about. If it's just social media tips, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to do that. If you're looking for tax tips, reach out and he'll be able to help with those as well.
Whatever you need, let's talk about it.
Well, I don't know about whatever. It gets pretty cold in Alberta in the winter. So okay, so our events are there. So Q&A, I know we got a couple listeners on here today. If you're watching on YouTube, don't put your questions in the chat area, because if it's on the replay, you won't get it. But we are live here if you're watching July 20th, 2022, 9 a.m. every Wednesday morning. We come to you with these webinars. No questions in here today. So what we'll try and do next week, I know Jesse came on with a few marketing tips. Watch future episodes, because Jesse's going to be coming on with a little bit of content, probably about a 10-minute tip each week, Jesse. It's just showing some screenshots, possibly some handouts with some marketing tips. So if you're in the financial industry, mortgage broker, insurance agent, accountant, tune in, and Jesse will be supplying some of those valuable nuggets.
You bet.
You bet. I knew you were on board with that. Because like my old boxing coach used to say, it's always better to give than to receive. That's why we do these webinars every week. It's a little bit of marketing. It's a little bit about us, showing off our skills or our knowledge. It's empowering to be able to do that. But more importantly, I think, Jesse, you and I connected on the same wavelength. We love helping people. I love helping people save tax. That's not our big money maker, but that's where I have the most passion. Is 4,000 pages in the Income Tax Act is more than anybody should ever have to look through or learn to try and save a little bit of tax. If you don't pay attention over the rest of your life, you're going to give half of your lifetime income to income taxes. And one of the upcoming episodes, we're going to show our favorite pie chart showing where all your money goes and how to claw back some of the tax you're giving to the government. That'll be in the next week or two. And if you have ideas for guests, or you're interested in being a guest on the weekly webinar, reach out to us. We'll see. If you're not trying to steal our clients, we might be okay with it. If you try and steal our clients, we may set up the ring and bring you back and maybe get out of retirement. Any final words this week, Jess?
Not really, no, other than just take action. Take
action, like Jesse said. Start with social media. Try recording one video. Who cares what it looks like? Post it. You can delete it after if you get too many bad reviews on it, but guaranteed you're not going to get bad reviews for doing your first video. Mention to people, hey, this is my first video on YouTube, my first video on TikTok, whatever social media channel you're comfortable with. I'm sure you're all on at least one. Just post a little video with a tip for your industry and see how it goes.
Yeah, 100%. And on that topic, we are all our own worst critics. So you may not be super impressed with the video that you put out there. However, you're going to be the one judging it the hardest. So let the marketplace, let the audience decide whether it's good content or not.
Yeah, guaranteed. I don't think you lose clients by putting up a video with some free tips.
No.
Okay, so that's a wrap. Next week, last week was week 27. This week was week 28. Next week, we'll be coming to you with a webinar from the Dollar Tax Club affiliate program with webinar number 29 coming up next week. What video are we going to end with, Jess? I think how to set up your corporate account, your CRA corporate access account. We'll end with that video because a lot of people give us a call to ask about how to get that set up. We'll finish with that one and let Jesse give you the final shout out here.
I was just going to say that's a video that I need to review, so that's a good one.
We'll see everybody next week.
How to register for My Business Account. To get started, go to canada.ca/my-CRA-business-account and select CRA Register. To validate your identity, enter your social insurance number. Next, enter your postal code or zip code, date of birth, and an amount you entered on one of your income tax and benefit returns from the current tax year or the previous one. Then, select a delivery method for a CRA security code, which is required to gain full access to My Business Account. Depending on the delivery method you have chosen, you will be asked to confirm your current postal code or zip code, or enter your email address. The next step will be to create a CRA user ID and password. Then, select and answer 5 security questions. Review and agree to the terms and conditions of use by entering your password and selecting I agree. If you have chosen to have a CRA security code issued via email, you will now be asked to contact the CRA. Registration is now complete until you receive your code. Once you do, log in and enter it. Review and agree to the My Business Account terms and conditions of use. Then, provide your business number. You will now have full access to My Business Account.